Welcome to JazzTime. JazzTime.com is an online store that buys, sells, trades authentic luxury watches. We make these videos so our customers can easily choose the best watch for themselves in the comfort of their own home. If you like this video, click on the link in the description below or go to jazztime.com to buy it at the lowest price anywhere online. Today, I'm going to be reviewing the Patek Philippe World Time Reference 5230G-001 with a gray/black dial. I'm going to talk to you about the case, the bezel, the dial, the bracelet, the movement, try it on, and give you my thoughts. Let's start. This watch is made of white gold. Hence, the name 5230GG stands for gold. In fact, it stands for white gold. Now, let's talk about the case. It's 38.5 millimeters. That's from the 8 o'clock to 2 o'clock position. The longest distance across the watch, not including the pushers. Okay. And 38.5, to give you some reference, is for a dress watch. It's a little bit on the small side. A small dress watch would be 36 millimeters. A large dress watch would be 42 millimeters. This is 38. It falls in on the small side, which is not necessarily bad because if you have a 7-inch wrist, then it allows for the watch to be shown, with just a little bit of bracelet as well, which is not a bad thing. I would recommend it for those who have a wrist size or a weight of, let's say 140 pounds, or let's say, like 140 pounds to maybe 180 pounds. This is a pretty good watch for those that fall in that range. Okay, that's 38 millimeters and it's made of white gold. Now, they also make a platinum version of this with a blue dial, and they also make a rose gold version of this. This is the white gold version. Quite nice, I would say. All right, not much else to say. Oh, I guess I should turn it on its side so that you can see the profile. That's also an important thing. Look at the profile. Actually, we're not done talking about the case. The height of the watch is 10.23 millimeters. Let's just call it 10 millimeters, which is on the thin side. The thinnest I've seen is like 8 millimeters, which is a little too thin to be quite honest. So 10 millimeters is just a really good size or thickness for this watch. And 38.5, it's also just a great size. Now I want to show you the side of the case a little bit more. And you'll look at the lugs. The lugs are interesting. And it's kind of hard to see from this video, but they have a beveled edge, so the edges of the lugs don't just go straight down. They have this bevel here. Bevel means sort of just another edge to it. And the way that you see the lug, they don't exactly connect. They have another little indentation here. Click on the link in the description below, go to our website, and then you can see it in still motion. It's kind of hard to see from here. But the devil are in the details and the lugs, the way that they connect to this case. I just think they're really nice. And of course it has a pusher on this upper side right here, and that moves the world time through the different cities, which is also a pretty cool thing. Okay, that's enough about the case. Let's go ahead and talk about the dial. Now you're going to look at this dial and say, wow, there's a lot going on. And yes, there is. I'm going to break it down for you. The center of it is a gray dial. They call it charcoal gray. It kind of looks black, gray. They call it gray, so let's call it gray. And it's a hand gila shade with a circular pattern, and it has gold-applied hour markers. Now, hand gila shade just means that they use this massive machine. I've actually seen it before. It's this massive machine. You would think that they have it automatic by now, but actually they're doing it the same way They did it like 100 years ago with this massive machine. And they have to kind of carve out these little dots that you see here in the dial. It's crazy. It's a crazy amount of work. And I can only imagine whatever watchmaker is doing this, how much time they had to spend. And if they make any mistake, they basically had to throw the entire dial out. So, it's all done by hand. For you to see it, at least I know that you can't do it. I can't do it either, but at least you could appreciate how much work has gone into making this thing done so nicely. Okay, all right, that's the central of the dial. Now you see this part where it is 1 through 23, and then with the moon on it? That's the hour marker disc. And this top part, you see where it has all the cities, Karachi, Dachau, Bangkok, etc., Tokyo. This is the cities. Now these go in opposite directions so that you can actually tell the time simultaneously in your city. For example, you take your city, we're here in Orange County next to Los Angeles. So Los Angeles would be the closest time. So what I would do is I put Los Angeles at the 12 o'clock position by pressing this top button until Los Angeles is at the top position. And then I would set the time. And that would tell me the time, of course, in my area at Los Angeles. But if I wanted to see the time in another area, for example, Bangkok or Tokyo, then I would just simply look down there.
and then the number corresponding with that would be the time.
This watch is quite good for those who want to tell time in multiple zones. For example, if you work in New York and you want to know the time in whatever other country, such as London or Asia, Europe, wherever, you can easily look at your watch and tell, which actually I've worn this watch for some time, not this exact one, but a different one, and it's pretty useful. You can simultaneously tell. You might tell the time in different areas. You might think, well, why should I do that? I could just Google it. Well, yes, you could, but this one can tell all the times all over the world, or at least very close to it. Let's say you want to see the time in Mexico, or also Bangkok. You don't have to Google each one, and then you can just look at it off your wrist. Sometimes you're walking around. Maybe you have a loved one living in Asia or Europe, and you want to know the approximate time over there. You can just simply look at your watch and that would tell. I think that's a pretty cool thing. This world time has been around for a very long time. Patek is the ones who created this movement, and a lot of other watchmakers have copied it afterwards, but Patek is the originator for it. The world time has been part of their collection for a very long time, rightfully so, because they're the creator of it, and it just looks fantastic and it functions well. Really, it's a great watch. Now let's take a look at the movement. The movement on the back here is a caliber 240 hue. It, as I said earlier, has a world time. It has a 24-hour day and night indication for all 24 time zones, and it has a micro rotor. Micro rotor means that the rotor that powers the watch is not a big, massive rotor. It's very tiny. It's micro, hence the word micro rotor. It's made of, I believe it's 24 karat gold, or 18 or 24. Probably 24 karat, I think. It looks it's 22 karat gold, and it looks fantastic, as you kind of expect for a watch like this. It has a diameter of 27.5, a height of 3.88. It has 239 parts, 8 bridges, and 33 jewels, and it has a power reserve of 48 hours. Not to mention that 22 karat micro rotor. Okay, pretty much it has a bunch of awesome things. I don't know, and you don't know exactly how all this works, but if you just look at the movement, you can appreciate it and understand that it's a fantastic movement, and it's from Patek, so what can you say? It's excellent. Now let's look at the strap here. The strap, it's your standard blank crocodile strap with a deployant here. Not a whole lot to say. You could change it for a pin buckle if you like. You could change out the strap to a different color, maybe a suede to make it less dressy if you like. It's up to you, of course, but it comes standard on this black strap. Not a whole lot to say about that. Okay, let's try it on my wrist. Now, I am 200 pounds, I have a 7.5-inch wrist, and as you can see, it looks still very good on me. Yes, it is a little bit small, but that's not a bad thing. Nowadays, the watch trend is going back towards small watches, so this being a small watch, it's not necessarily bad. In fact, it looks quite nice. What are my thoughts? My thoughts are, well, the world time is fantastic watch. And if you want to buy it, you can do so at jazztime.com. Buy it at the lowest price anywhere online. They make this watch in 3 different metals, at least as of 2023, platinum blue, rose gold, black or white gold gray. We have them all at jazztime.com. My thoughts are this is probably not going to be a watch that you're going to be wearing in a sporting situation. To me, it's a very dressy watch, hence the black crocodile. You could wear it with a suit or when you're at least dressed up. It's a very simple watch in the sense that it just has the time, and of course these discs that run the other direction, but if you just look at it, it's pretty simple. Of course, the dial has a lot of stuff going on with it, but the case isn't crazy. It's just a fantastic watch. If you want to buy it, go to jazztime.com, jazztime.com.
If you want to find out more about the watch you just saw in the video, you can just click below on Show More to see the full description. Then you can check the link next to Model as seen in video, click on it and you will get to the proper page where you can see all the details. If you're watching on a mobile phone, you have to click on the arrow down on the right hand side below the video to see the full description. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you would like to share this video with your friends, you can use the share button below and share it on any platform you like. If you have questions, constructive feedback, want to tell us about some mistakes or misspeaks, just write a comment below. If you want to see more videos like this, you should subscribe to our channel and visit our channel page where you can find all the videos. And if you're interested in a specific watch brand, you can check out our playlists If you want to check the price for a watch or want to buy one, remember at jazztime.com you always get a steep discount, so you should check the prices with us. If you want to know the price for a specific watch, just go to Google, type in Jazz Time, plus the brand, model and the details you're interested in, and Google will find the right page for you. Thank you for watching.